The hair check. The Matt Sands hair check. Well, Psychedelic Experience record run, last of 2015.
Yes.
I'm primarily showing stuff from our November record show in St. Louis. But it is, right now, it's post-Christmas. It's actually early 2016. But still, pretty good.
Yeah.
We caught up. For the most part, we caught up.
We did.
After being very behind. So, it's the most recent in our shorter video series, and we're going to kind of try to keep it brief. But everything I'm showing today is from the November St. Louis record show. So, first up.
Nice.
Pink Floyd. Adam Hart Mother. But this completes Roger Waters era Pink Floyd for me. But, classic era Pink Floyd. I don't love this as much as others, frankly. The band kind of themselves, they don't altogether disown it, but it's more of a like, yeah, that wasn't our best album sort of thing. So anyway, I've got it. It was Pink Floyd's first number one album, and so I think that's kind of cool. And it is, of course, cool that there's like the 23-minute Adam Hart Mother suite on the inside there. But, it's good because it's Pink Floyd and I'm a Pink Floyd freak. But this wouldn't make their top 5 albums for me.
I'm showing kind of my best 6 or 7 finds at the show.
I
got a lot.
Ton.
I got a lot. I got about 30 records.
Yeah, so I can't do that anymore.
It was a lot. All right, first up, Kensington Market, Aardvark. This is some really, really good pop psych from Canada. Canada.
Yeah.
Some really good pop psych.
What it's all about.
This one's much heavier on the pop side than the psych side, but it's done in a really, I don't know, it's structured really well. It's not a concept album, but it almost plays like one. Just got the songs sort of flow one to the next. Really, really enjoyable stuff. Yeah, I don't know, these guys, 2 albums as far as I know, maybe a third. Both are really cheap. You can get them under $10, and both are really, really solid. Highly recommend seeking out Kensington Market stuff.
The Beach Boys, Sunflower. Been looking for this one for a long time. So the interesting thing about this album, and it is 500 Greatest Albums of All Time, but the interesting thing about it is that Dennis Wilson kind of comes to the forefront as a songwriter on this one. I have to say that a track that I did not expect to hear on here, frankly, had completely gone out of my mind. If you ever watched the show Full House, the song that Jesse sings at his wedding is actually a Beach Boys song written by Dennis Wilson and Greg Jacobson called Forever. And it's a beautiful song. And as soon as it came on this record, I was like, this is what Uncle Jesse sang at the wedding. So I guess that's a loser childhood memory right there. But the Beach Boys, Sunflower, really, really interesting pop. Check it out.
Next up, Taj Mahal, self-titled album.
Ooh,
this is one, it's good stuff. I heard about it from the VC actually, Glasswork Aftermath. If you guys are familiar with his channel, doesn't post a ton of new videos, but he's got all of his old ones up. Highly recommend checking out his channel. He kind of turned me onto this album, so it was on my radar, and I came across this in like a $2 or $3 bin. And, it's just so good. It's blues rock. Oh, it's amazing.
King of the dumpster dive still.
That's right. I try. But no, I love the cover here. You got Taj Mahal just sitting with his guitar in front of a house, and then they've got these like birds and animals sort of superimposed over it.
It's like your Ray LaMontagne poster.
It kind of is. It is sort of reminiscent.
Cutaway.
Right there, if you will. It's not psych at all. This is just straight up blues rock. But boy, it's so good. Statesboro Blues and Dust My Broom are my 2 favorite tracks. Dust My Broom. Oh, boy, howdy.
All right, so this next one I'm going to show, tiny little bit of a womp womp on it. It's not an original pressing, but I don't really care because it is on the original label, and it's Captain Beefheart. I bundled this with the record I'm going to show next and ended up basically getting what I think is a second pressing, maybe early third pressing. I mean, it's early 70s. And I got Strictly Personal here for like $12
Yeah.
when you count what I bundled it with. So strictly personal, cool inside of the gatefold there. That's some weird stuff. So just, oh man, there's just so much good weird stuff on this album. It does have a name written inside, R. Martin, but whatever. It's a really awesome pressing on Blue Thumb, and I'm really happy to have it. You know, I've now got the trifecta of the early Beefheart albums. Man, that early Beefheart, it's tough to beat for me. It is tough to beat early Beefheart.
This one I found in a guy's bin that always has a bunch of cheap stuff, but it's usually pretty rough. He had a ton of great stuff this time, though. I think his name is Michael. Really nice guy.
Yeah, he is.
He really is into psych stuff, so I usually try to seek out his bins if he shows up. And this has been on my radar for a while from The Endless Trip. This is the Cake self-titled album on Decca.
You know what you can't do? Have your cake and eat it too.
Womp womp. This album, it gets labeled a lot online on eBay and stuff as psych. Oh, it's super rare psych. No. Don't listen. This is pop, straight up pop. The first 3 or 4 tracks on side 1 though are great folk pop.
Cool.
Like amazing folk pop. That's where you get a little bit of the psychedelic elements. And then the rest of the album goes to girl group pop. If they had gone all girl group pop, it'd be a solid album. If they had gone all folk pop, it'd be a great album. Mixing the two styles back to back, I think this one gets overhyped a little bit.
Okay.
Still cool to have, and it was $3. Could not leave it behind for that.
Yeah.
Still really happy with the find.
Yeah, no, I get it. So this one, I bundled with that Beefheart, and essentially, this was the record I paid the most for all year.
Yeah.
Not displeased. Because it is a mint. And I mean minty mint, except for a tiny little bit of ring wear right there. Copy of Da Capo.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's so beautiful. The disc, I mean, it seriously maybe played once. There's nothing wrong with this album. Average price on Discogs is $50. That's what I paid for this. I'm so comfortable calling it near mint. I mean, it is just, it looks so good. And I love I'll give it Chumbel. I love that back cover. Oh, look at that. That's so hippy dippy. And as I've mentioned before, Da Capo, better than Forever Changes, in my opinion.
It's close for me. It is. I'm not even going to fault you for saying that because it's a fantastic
It's a really good record, and this copy of it is so clean. So, I'm pleased.
Well done,
no
sir.
disappointment there.
We played a track off of this a couple weeks ago, and you really enjoyed it.
I dug this, man. This is the deep stuff that I'm into.
Right, exactly. These came from Back Corner Guys. They had this for $10.
I was going to say, they had that
bundled.
one labeled.
Yeah,
you bundled.
I bundled
okay.
this one, so it brought the price down some. This is actually a promo copy, mono. I haven't even said the album name. This is Paul Parrish, The Forest of My Mind. Oh, this is so kitschy and not cash-in, but it definitely is sort of like cashing in on the trend a little bit.
It's a little bit of Cabbages and Kings.
It is.
Yeah.
And it's got a lot of like reverb and tremolo stuff, so it's like the forest of my yeah. I'm into it though, 100%. Pop psych all the way, deep pop psych though. Oh, it's a really fun album.
For $10, that was a heck of a pickup.
It was a good pickup, a good price for it. And it was kind of my surprise at the show. I took a flyer on it and ended up really liking it. It was good.
Walking in the forest of my mind.
All right, and my next pickup was just one I didn't have before. $6. Little bit of a warp to the band, but all I had to do was just crank up my my counterweight just a little bit, or I guess crank the counterweight down, and it played just fine. Ed McLean stamped his name all over that one. So I guess I got a bunch of really good records that people had name stamped, but I'm starting to not mind that as much.
Yeah,
to me, it kind of comes off as the history of this record. And I have to say, I enjoy this record more than I like music from Big Pink. So
I did too, yeah.
both of them are 500 greatest of all time. But Music from Big Pink is like in the top 50, and this one's like number 80 from Rolling Stone. I would move them around. But awesome to have the band. Really enjoyed this, even more than I thought I would.
Yeah, it's good stuff. I was shocked to find this one. This was from a new seller, who you got DeCampo and Beefheart from.
I don't know if that guy is new. I think new approach, new bin.
He had good stuff.
I'm hoping he's there tomorrow.
I am
that
too.
Would be wonderful if he's there tomorrow.
There was some good stuff in there. Like this, for example. Link Wray, self-titled. He had this one for $5, and it is really clean. This is pretty good stuff. This isn't like the Rumble, it's not that kind of early rock stuff. This is country rock. Link Wray has a very gravelly voice, so it's not like Beefheart necessarily, but it's not everybody's cup of tea, his voice. His guitar playing is still really strong, of course, but overall, for like a country rock singer-songwriter type vibe from Link Wray, this is really good. I think this is sort of an underrated gem a little bit. I think people in the know, if you know what I mean. But this is one to seek out and check out.
He's also going to be doing a Coke deal later. People in the know.
That's right.
White bag.
I'm hip, man. I'm hip to it all.
I'm hip to it all.
I'm hip. Hip to what? To the whole scene.
And this last one that I'm going to show is an upgrade copy, but a significant upgrade. This is a pretty fresh first pressing of Procol Harum's self-titled album. And of course it's a US pressing, it's got wider shade of pale on it, that sort of thing. This was an upgrade because I, prior to this, had the Rick Garner special, and that one went out to one of our regular viewers. So anyway, Procol Harum self-titled, the US pressing, awesome to have it. Happy to.
Alright, last but not least, coming from Carlos, formerly known as Ponytail
Beret
Guy.
Ponytail Guy.
But Carlos, no, he's actually been pretty nice to us the last few times we've dug at his bins, and it's some good stuff.
He did have good stuff.
Some clean stuff, some good stuff.
Still tight bins.
It's still very tight bins. And in those bins, Muddy Waters Electric Mud, the first pressing on the black cover with the white lettering, the second pressing reversed at white cover, black lettering. $4. $4 for this. Really clean copy too. We're gonna do our top 10 video soon. This just missed cracking the top 10.
Honorable mention, huh?
Honorable mention for Electric Mud.
Tomcat.
Boy, oh my gosh, it's so good. Tomcat's fantastic.
She's
Alright. Oh, it's all good. All killer, no filler.
That's our last video for 2015. A good year for digging.
It was.
Not the greatest for other things in my life, but a great year for digging. And a fantastic year hanging out with you and doing the show, sir. So tune into our radio show or check out the podcast. All the information's linked below, so just check it out. And we will be back in our next video.
We're excited.
Top 10 vinyl finds of 2015. So we will see you then. Until then, avoid scratches and stay in the groove. Missy, do you remember that? Do you remember when Uncle Jesse got married? Yeah. Do you remember that song that he played for Rebecca? If every word I said could make you laugh, I'd talk forever.